Hello you guys, namaste, this is me Diara and this is going to be a pick a card reading about your job situation and what's coming. So the incoming energies, the potential of your current situation, wherever you're at, whenever you're looking at this video. It's timeless as always, it's not gender specific. This is for everyone who resonates. These pick a card readings in general, they do work. You know, like, how do they work? How is this happening? How can it be that these readings are sometimes very accurate? Even though we read for a lot of people, it's based on the law of attraction, right? I mean, obviously, there would be quite a few things to say about these readings, but since this is not the issue, I just want to point out once again, as I'm always doing, please only take what resonates. Sometimes these readings can bring up stuff and issues that do trigger us. Okay, take everything with a grain of salt. Try to be as objective as possible. Okay, this is just a pick a card reading. This is definitely not your future carved in stone. I will upload a reading which is almost exactly the same, but about love as well today. Okay, so I wanted to start with a job reading. I thought about combining the two readings, but then I was like, no, I will separate them because these are two completely different things, right? Everyone knows that, so it's good to upload two different readings. Okay, so welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. This is how you can give back something to me. This is how you can support me and yeah, help me spreading the message, right? So as many people as possible can participate and can also take something of this message, which is basically, I mean, meant to be uplifting, okay? It's not that I'm only reading the good things, but even if something, so to say, bad, you know, comes up, still we are trying to focus on the positive message and what we can do to heal the situation, okay? So let's get started. Sorry for the little disclaimer here in the beginning, but I think it's important so we all know what we're talking about here. As you can see, I've prepared the piles already. This is going to be number 1, number 2, and number 3. Feel free to make your choice, and thanks to everyone in advance who's doing the timestamps as well. Okay, so pile number 1, people, what's coming? This is about your job situation, where you're at. First of all, we will have a look into where you're at or where you have been, you know, regarding your job and career and your finances. And this is, why am I doing that? Because I want you to really tune into this reading. And if this card doesn't resonate, this is not your pile or not your reading, okay? So this is why this very first card is so important. So where are you coming from? Pile number 1. If you have chosen this here, where are you coming from? Wow, you've been through a tower moment. Okay, something crashed down. Maybe you got fired. Maybe you have been mobbed or you still are mobbed. I hope not, but the tower is definitely talking about desperation. It's talking about things, I mean, you can see it in the picture, right? Things that are shaking us up, so to say, okay? Probably you felt ashamed. Probably you felt guilty about something. Maybe you did something, maybe you said something, right? And afterwards you felt very bad about it, or probably you failed, right? This is also, I mean, in this reading here, the tower can be about failure. Remember, just because you failed doesn't mean that you are a failure, right? So this can also include a message of self-love. Be a little bit more compassionate. Also, when it comes to yourself, right? Yeah, so definitely something happened that made you feel bad in whatsoever way. Maybe bad is not the best way or the best word to use, but you know, I'm not a native speaker, so And I know that a lot of you are neither, so I think you all know what I mean when I say that something happened that made you feel bad, or something bad happened, okay, in whatsoever way. Okay, maybe you lost your job, maybe you are unemployed already for a very, very long time and you lost all the hope. Maybe you lost money, right? Maybe you are applying yourself, or you have been applying like 100,000 times, but it seems like there's no one out there who's looking for you, you know, things like that. So this talks about desperation, guilt, things like that, failure, things like that. Oh, I'm kind of feeling bad for pile number one people, although I honestly believe that sometimes, and I just posted that on my Instagram account. I don't know whether you follow me or not, but feel free to do so if you want on Instagram. I'm not so much into Facebook, by the way. Just a little disclaimer, please do not try to contact me via Facebook, okay? Because I've figured out that these messages, they got lost. Always use my official website, okay, if you want to get in touch with me. But that was just a quick side note. I just posted on my Instagram account that sometimes we even have to go the wrong way in order to find the right one, if you know what I mean. I mean, I know it sounds probably weird, awkward, right? But maybe even confrontational, I don't know. But it really is like that. Sometimes we have to fail. Sometimes we have to go the wrong way in order to find out what the better alternative would be, okay, in order to grow, in order to develop. I mean, we are humans. We are supposed to learn by trial and error. I mean, think about it. How else? How else are you supposed to learn? I mean, experience is just another way, you know, like saying that, yeah, I'm having a lot of experience, you know, like in this or that field, is just another way of saying that, yeah, I've been through stuff, okay? I've been through stuff. I've made the wrong decisions every now and then, you know, like along the road, and now I know things, okay? This is, you know, like what, yeah, having experience means actually. So what's coming? Pile number one, let's focus on the future. This is where you have been. This is where you're coming from. The tower, right? The dark night of the soul. Now let's see what's coming within the next 2 months, more or less, okay? Plus, minus. What can you expect to come? Spirit is letting you know that for you, it is very, very important to keep on listening to your intuition and only your intuition. Don't you give so much about what other people say about you. Yes, it's good to get advice. Yes, it's good to listen to pick card readings, probably to even get a personal reading, right? But I feel like at the end of the day, it's your life and yours alone, and it's your decision. You are the captain. So listen to your gut feeling. If you feel you should do this or that, if you feel you shouldn't do this or that, you know, X, Y, that, whatever it is, do it, okay? Do whatever feels good to you. Surrender, gratitude. Surrender is going to be a topic, definitely. Within the next few weeks and months, surrender is going to be important. It's good for you to let go, okay? Surrender means acceptance. Compassion, once again, compassion, okay? Self-love. You are not perfect. No one's perfect, okay? No one's meant to be perfect in the first place, right? Once again, we are humans. And just because you failed, just because you made something wrong, it doesn't mean that you are wrong, okay? Always repeat that, take that as a mantra, okay? If this is your topic, if you can resonate, if you've done something you feel guilty about right now, forgive yourself. Ho'oponopono could be also important for you. I don't know whether if you've ever heard about that. Ho'oponopono, this is a shamanic praxis about self-forgiveness. Probably this is something for you. I mean, probably not. Healing can take place in many ways, right? For some it's yoga, for some it's therapy, for some it's just, you know, like surrounding yourself with positive people, get help from your friends and whatnot. So surrender, okay? Just go with the flow. Try not so much to make it happen. Try not so much to match other people's expectations, I'm hearing, but do what you feel is good. Okay, be unique. Dare yourself to be unique, pile number one, people. And I'm telling you, this card here, these are Kipper cards, by the way, for those who are interested. This card speaks about you will get recognition and you will get promotion, okay? People will recognize you for who you are and what you do. Yes, maybe you will have some haters. I mean, I don't know what you do. Maybe you do podcasts, or you write, or you sing, or you have a own channel here on YouTube, or you're trying to build it up, or I don't know. Maybe you work in an office. Maybe you are a waitress. Maybe you are a flight attendant. You can be whatever. You can be a nurse. You can be a team leader, right? I don't know, maybe you clean other people's apartments. So whatever you are, wherever you're at, you will get recognition, okay? Really, this is a very, very positive card to get, to finally find people who appreciate what you do and who you are. So once again, be unique, okay? You don't have to fit. Right? You don't have to fit in. Walk outside the box, okay? Walk off the beaten track. Think outside the box, okay? This is your issue. You are unique and you have talents and gifts, and it would be a shame if you would try to change yourself just in order to be like everyone else, okay? I can tell you with the 9 of Wands card in reverse that you will get up on your horse again, okay? The times where you felt pressure and you felt probably even depressed, right? Where you felt that, wow, this is so much workload, I can't handle it. These days will be over with within the next 2 months, okay? So you've been through bad times, you know, probably something went wrong or bad. Once again, I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but just to, you know, finish this reading here, this message for you, pile number one, I just want to let you know that it's only getting better, okay? From today, it's only getting better. Let's get a clarification card for you guys before we move on to pile number 2, people. So this is for pile number 1, people, everyone who resonates. Is there everything else that we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know, Spirit? Any other message for pile number 1, people, here with this reading about job situation? Yeah, higher forces, and also here convolutions, going with the flow. Be receptive, surrender, be compassionate with yourself, with everyone else, forgive, and allow Spirit to to just work its magic, okay? The universe has has your back, and higher forces, this card speaks about karma and destiny. Where you have been, or what you have been through, pile number 1, happened purposely, okay? It happened purposely. I know maybe something really, really bad happened in your case. And I know it can sound a little bit, once again, confrontational, right? To hear that way, you know what? It happened purposely. But I hope you still know what I'm trying to say here. I mean, this is a spiritual message, okay? Spirit is working in mysterious ways, okay? Let me just put it this way. And it's not your job to judge Spirit or God or the universe or even your own karma and destiny, okay? Do not judge. Don't you do that, because it's not making things better. It's probably even making things worse if you start doing a thing like that, okay? God is not juggling, okay? He knows what he wants and he knows where he wants you to be at. So keep on working, trust yourself, have faith, be grateful, okay? And believe and know that everything happens in by the book. It happens the way it's supposed to happen, okay? So I think I'll leave it here, pile number 1, people. That was your message about job the next 2 months. Let's move on to pile number 2. So hello to pile number 2, people. If you've chosen the crystal quartz, what's about to happen within the next 2 months? In order to get this message, let's just first of all see where you're at right now, or where you're coming from. Remember, this is a general reading. This is not a personal reading, okay? take what resonates. Maybe it's not maybe the whole message, you know, maybe it's just 50%, maybe it's 80%, maybe it's one single sentence that's important to you, okay? And if this card doesn't fit, if you can't resonate with this first card where you're at right now, then probably you are called to choose another reading or at least another pile today. Okay, so this is your starting point, where you're at, where you're coming from. Pile number 2. Closure. Leaving. You've left a situation. 8 of Cups. You've left a place, a situation, people. This is a job reading, so it could be that you've quit your job, okay, voluntarily. You walked away from a situation. You walked away from, I don't know, a place, an office, you know, wherever you work, whatever you do. Once again, I read for a lot of people. So this is a collective message. Your situation has to do with walking away from a situation or a place. And I feel like you've did this voluntarily. Once again, it's not that they fired you or they wanted you, they asked you to go, right? No, you did it because you wanted to go, you wanted to leave. You felt that it's time for you to move on in order so you can walk the talk at another place. Sometimes it's simple as that, right? Sometimes we are, you know, like just outgrowing a situation. It happens. Things like that do happen all the time. I mean, when you start working, I don't know about you, but here in Germany, it happens between 16 and it depends on your, you know, like scholarship, what kind of school you visit, but you can start working by the age of 16, 17, 18. For some, of course, it's later. If you go to university first, then it probably will be like 20, 25, something like that. But think about it. I mean, you do what you do and you keep on doing it for the next 10 years or so. And then you look back and you find yourself being, I don't know, 40. And of course you've changed, right? You've changed, the situation changed, right? Probably, I don't know, you feel the energy or the need, the call to do something else, to educate yourself a little bit more or differently, right? Maybe you feel like you should do trainings and workshops and whatnot. So your situation, where are you coming from, where you're at right now? You've left a situation, definitely, for everyone who chooses pile number 2. Maybe it is a little bit a bigger thing, maybe it is a little bit a smaller thing, but it has to do with leaving in whatsoever way, okay? It's simple as that. This is where you're coming from, pile number 2. And now let's move into the future. What can you expect to happen? What is the incoming energy for you, pile number 2? We have the compromise card coming out first. Okay, so yes, you've left. You've left people, places, situations, whatever. And now the next 2 months will be about a compromise and figuring out where you want to go to. Leaving is one thing, but now it's about finding your way. Where do you want to go to? This is about crossroads, decisions, choices, okay? And it's all about you. You will be the main person within the next 2 months in your own life, okay? The main character. You will not only be the main character, you will also be the one who writes your script, right? Do you know what I'm trying to say here? So it's all about you. This could also be about being self-employed, you know, like thinking about building up your own company, right? And be grateful. Gratefulness is coming out, okay? Be grateful, gratitude. So be grateful for everything that you've achieved, because especially in these times when you leave things behind and when you don't know which way to go afterwards, right? Not yet, at least. Could be that you kind of get frustrated or fears are coming out, you know, like this inner voice that's saying, hey, why did you walk away? That was a bad thing to do. That was probably a stupid thing to do. I mean, how can you do something like that in these days? Other people, they would have been very happy to have a job like you. So why have you done something like that? You know, like this inner voice that is constantly criticizing you and making you feel bad, or once again, bringing up fears, things like that. So watch out that you don't walk into this trap of this inner voice and this criticism, because I think that you've had your reasons. Okay, yes, you've left, and I think you've had your reasons, right? This leaving, this whole situation will continue. We have the Six of Swords here, okay? So it's Eight of Cups and Six of Swords. Two cards that do speak about closure and leaving, letting go. So the situation that you're in, pile number 2 people, and this is what I love with my readings, that my readings are very pragmatic and realistic. Okay, this is not fairy telling, trying to build up a miracle here in order to please you, just because you came to my channel. Okay, this is definitely not what I'm doing here. Okay, I read what I can see in the cards. I read what I listen, what I hear, okay, from spirit. And I can let you know here that this process will go on. Okay, you're not done yet. You will go on trying to find your way. Okay, so it's not over yet. This whole breakup situation, it's not over yet. And it is about, for you now, it's about finding the right way, you know, like even out things, try to get back in balance. Okay, this is about temperance and moderation. Okay, bring back the balance, because probably this leaving, you know, like a lot of confusion and maybe even discussions and arguments have been involved in these situations. So for you now, it's time to find peace again and find your balance again. So is there anything else, Spirit, that we need to know for pile number 2 people? What do we need to know here? What's coming? Pile number 2 people. Any other message for you guys? What's about to come in your situation? So what's coming after the breakup? Where's this leading to? Yeah, you see, happy. You will be happy again. It was good for you. It was good that you've left, okay? That was the right decision. So don't you get lost into fears and doubts, okay? We all have this inner voice. This inner voice is there to protect us, by the way, okay? So, but don't you fall into the trap once again, because you will be happy again. You will find the right way, the right path. You will find the right places. And it is, for you right now, it's important to be in the here and now, okay? Don't you get lost in the past, you know, questioning yourself, whether or not this has been the right decision. I mean, you've made the decision, okay? Now it's done. Get over it, okay? Also, don't you get lost in the future too much, okay? Be here and now. It's simple as that, because this way you can find peace and balance. Okay, being in the present moment, here and now, will bring you back into peace. Meditate, treat yourself, right? So I definitely do not see anything that you have to worry about here. Okay, Spirit is not letting you know that, honestly, well, that was not the best thing to do. No, they encourage you to do your thing. Okay, do your thing, and it's all good. So, okay then, pile number 3 people, pile number 3. What about you? What about your future, the next 2 months, plus or minus, you know, the next few weeks, the next 2 months in your job situation? First of all, in order to find out what's coming, let's see where you're at. Where are you coming from? Okay? This way you can see whether or not this is your pile. Because if this card here, the starter card, does not match your situation, this is not your reading, right? Once again, it is you know, like it's based on the law of attraction. So see whether or not this is your message. Pile number 3, people, sorry. Pile number 3. So where are you coming from, or where are you at? Okay, this is also about leaving. 5 of coins. I'm saying also because I've gotten a similar message for people who choose the second pile, just for you to know. I'm not saying that you are supposed to listen to the second pile as well, because still every message is personal and individual. I mean, not really personal, but because this is not a personal reading, but you know what I mean? Every pile has a certain message, okay? But, well, what do we have? 5 of coins is speaking about a lack of something. I feel like this is probably a pile for people who are employeeless, or who feel like they have not yet achieved what they want to achieve. There is a lack, there's a void that you are thinking about a lot when it comes to your job and your career. Probably you applied for a better position, but they didn't take you. Things like that could be involved here as well. Not for everyone, of course, but for some. Even if it's just for one of you out there, could be that this is the case here. You know, like you've tried it, but you failed. Once again, just because you failed, it doesn't mean that you are a failure. It simply means that, okay, it was not the right place, it was not the right situation, it was probably simply not the right timing. Believe it or not, but timing is important, right? It is important. But anyways, I feel like there's a lack of money as well. So it could be that you feel, and probably it is the reality, that you do not earn enough. You don't get the credit that you deserve, to say it that way. This is basically what I'm hearing. You do not yet get what you deserve. Okay? You are good, you are talented, you are gifted, you bring yourself in, you are engaged, you are motivated, you know what I mean? But still you do not earn yet what you are supposed to earn and what you are supposed to deserve. Okay? This is the message here. So I'm also feeling the vibe of being a little bit frustrated. But not in a negative way, but more like in an impatient way. Like, hey, is there finally someone out there who is, you know, like seeing my potential? This is the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. Okay, your potential has not yet been appreciated to the fullest. Wow, this was channeling, because that was one-to-one what I was hearing here, literally. You did not yet, get the credits, but you deserve them. And this is why you feel this lack. This is why you feel this void. So what is coming? Pile number 3. What can you expect? What is the incoming energy for you within the next few weeks and months? Okay, so first of all, a lot of love is coming in. Okay, this is a job reading, remember. Okay, so this speaks about Archangel Chamuel is with you, and he wants you to concentrate on love, and he wants you to let go of rage and anger, and also the feeling that the situation is unfair. Okay, do not compare yourself with others. Probably others, they do look maybe more popular or famous or more successful than you from the outside. Okay, listen up, from the outside. But it doesn't mean that they are happier than you. I mean, oftentimes when we speak about people who kind of made it, you know, we always concentrate and focus on the material side of things, right? We judge people because, and when I say judge, I mean it in a kind of good way, you know, like we look at people and we're like, oh my goodness, this guy, you know, like he is so successful, he's a manager, although he's probably, you know, like just 25, but still he has such a good position and this and that company, you know, like, and he's getting a lot of credits, or she, of course, right? Because it goes vice versa, it can be male, female. But I mean, what about the immaterial side of the things? I mean, do you really know that this person is happy? You can never know. I mean, you don't know what's going on in this person's life on a more personal side. Probably this person has major issues to deal with, you know, childhood traumas or whatever. You don't know, right? I mean, not everyone has to deal with things like that, of course. I'm not saying that just because you are successful and famous and popular and you earn a lot of things, that on the other hand side, you have to be unhappy in another way. This is, of course, I mean, no, this is not the way it goes. I mean, you can be happy on every level. I'm just saying that, be a little bit cautious here, because oftentimes we compare ourselves with others and we think they are happier and we think that the grass is greener on the other side, but the reality is completely different, right? And this is also the point where I am always talking about, guess who? Exactly, Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. Okay, I'm a big fan. I love Michael, I love Whitney, and I feel like this is one of the biggest tragedies that took place in these days, okay? I mean, honestly, isn't that a tragedy, what happened to them? They have been beautiful, talented, gifted, rich, right? They have been loved by millions and millions of people all around the world, right? But still, they have been unhappy. Deep, deep down inside, you know, like they have been unhappy. And we all know how these stories, you know, like how these stories ended. Yeah, we all know about these stories. So watch out a little bit, okay? Don't you get lost in this feeling of there's a lag. Because you will get your credits and you will get appreciated. Universe is giving you a straight yes. I mean, how great is that? Excuse me? I mean, hello? A straight yes exclamation mark. You will get your credits and you will get your promotions and incentives and you will get the salary. You will get, I don't know, the applause that you are waiting for. Okay, you will get the love also that you are waiting for. So don't you worry about that. Okay, get rid of your fears, get rid of the worries and the concerns. Okay, this is also part of the message, right? Get rid of, you know, like walking around being depressed, feeling that something is missing. Don't you do that, because you are, you know, like you are stepping into the completely false energy if you do such a thing. If you compare, if you compete, you know, like if you question yourself constantly, thinking that you have to do it differently or whatnot, you will step into the completely wrong energy. So focus on love, focus on this yes. Okay, focus on the yes energy I'm even hearing. You will get your chance, okay? Ace of Wands is coming out, so Spirit is letting you know that you will get your chance and you will get your credits, okay? No doubt about it. Wands is about fire. It is about springtime as well. This is a timeless reading. I don't know, maybe spring is over already the moment you find this reading. So don't you be confused about this part of the message. It can also be summer. It can also be autumn, right? It is always the right time to blossom, okay? It is always the right time to shine your light and to be your own cheerleader, okay? So this is not about seasons or whatnot. So I'm just hearing spring. I'm just hearing summer. I'm just getting a message of blossoming. Could also mean that regardless of the season that this will take place, your time to shine will come. So you didn't miss it, right? You did not take the wrong road, so to say, in the past. So there's no need for you to take a U-turn or things like that in whatsoever way. No, you will get your chance. Okay, is there anything else that we need to know, Spirit? Any other message for those who've chosen pile number 3 about job and career? Anything else that you would like to share with us tonight? Yeah, you are blessed. 22, 22, soulmate energy. Yeah. You see, you will finally find your audience, you will find your clients, you will find the right places, people who are your soulmate. 22 is a soulmate card, right? So this card number is 22, just if you can't see it, sorry for the focus, but it is 22. So you are blessed. I mean, isn't that a beautiful message to get? Isn't that validation to all these moments that you have been questioning yourself, or that you thought that you are a failure, or no one is seeing you? Things will happen. Pile number 3, things will happen. You are not forgotten, and you are blessed. And I think that wonderful things are in front of you. Okay, so all the chaos and conflict that you probably have been through, all the doubts, right? All the times that you felt like, hey, there is something missing. Deep down inside, I feel like I'm not there yet, and I feel like it's not over yet. I feel like I am meant for something bigger. Also, I mean, some of you are definitely meant for something bigger. Some of you are probably teachers, healers. Maybe you are a very gifted dancer or singer, and you can heal others with your gift and with your talent. So you are blessed. You are meant to be here. You are meant to influence others. Okay, in whatsoever way. It is different for everyone, of course, right? You can influence people in many ways, right? Every single one of you out there. So this is your message, okay? You will get your chance. Don't you forget about that. Spirit is working in your favor, and they will bring up a beautiful chance for you in order so you can blossom and you can shine in your highest and purest light. And you can finally you can unfold your potential. Okay, wow, this is such a beautiful message. I mean, alone with the yes, this is saying so much, I feel, and I will leave it up to you out there, okay, to interpret this card, because it can mean different things for everyone. So maybe you even had a question and this is now your answer, right? It's a straight yes, but in a positive way, because a yes can also mean something negative, believe it or not. Think about it. It can, right? I mean, if you are asking, hey, is my husband cheating on me? Yes is probably not such a nice answer to get, but in your case, it's a yes in a very, very pure and positive way, okay? So this is your reading. This has been your reading. Don't you forget to share, like, and subscribe. Once again, you guys, thank you very much for being with me. Namaste.